Mr. Nielsen, and now Mr. Boxall for 6 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you for this opportunity to present to this committee. I'm here today to explain how poor rail performance affects my industry, my community, my family business, and why we need Parliament to take immediate action. Together with my wife, Lisa, my brother and sister-in-law, we farm 8,300 acres of grains and oilseeds in northeast Saskatchewan. I am also the Vice President of the Agricultural Producers Association of Saskatchewan. We farm about as far from port as you can get, and on an average year, our farm pays $360,000 in freight to get our products to our customers. The backlog of grain in the prairies has had a huge effect on the ability of producers to cash flow their operations and is making things extremely difficult for farmers going into their most expensive season. In the Northeast, we are sitting with 3-month-old grain contracts undelivered due to the shortage of timely and sufficient rail car service to the elevators. At the end of February, personally, we were sitting with an outstanding wheat contract from December that we had been unable to deliver. This was leaving us in an extremely tough financial position. Luckily, our local elevator, that is one of only 4 in Canada dual serviced by both CN and CP, found some room to take our product and help us out. They didn't have room to take the entire contracted amount, just enough to give us the money we needed at that time. We don't get paid on a contract until we deliver, and these delays add financial and personal stress on us as producers for something that shouldn't be a concern. 2 of the short lines that operate in northeast Saskatchewan have also felt the pinch of lack of rail service this season. They have had very poor and inconsistent supply of cars this shipping year, and this started in October, long before winter showed up again in Canada. They have also had several cases where cars have been loaded and then not picked up for weeks. Producers do not get paid for product loaded in these cars until it is received by the end user, so again, adding unnecessary financial and mental stress on producers. A lot of the highly sought-after oats grown in northeast Saskatchewan are loaded on these short lines in either dealer or producer cars. I grow 2,200 acres of these oats every year, and with poor rail service, the market for these oats is in jeopardy. The processors need to find alternative sources for their oat supply since our railroads have dropped the ball on shipping our product in a timely manner. My little boys want their oatmeal most mornings. I want that to be Canadian oats from Tisdale, not oats from Australia. The rail issue isn't just affecting grain deliveries. Our local fertilizer dealer has been trying to put fertilizer in place for us, its customers, since last fall. And due to rail logistics, have to pull fertilizer by truck out of Redwater, Alberta, instead of Clavette, Saskatchewan. That's an additional 1,000 kilometers per trip. So far this season, they have had to pull roughly 60 loads of fertilizer from Alberta, and that is only half of the product they require. So if things continue like this, we're looking at an additional 120,000 kilometers of trucking freight. That's added manpower, truck power, wear and tear on the roads and on equipment, costs, and carbon emissions that we as the end users are going to have to pay for. Spring road bans will be coming into effect very soon, and we could be short fertilizer in Western Canada to put in this year's crop. All of this due to poor management and planning on the side of the railroads. Farmers need to get the rail service that we pay good money for. Bill C-49 was drafted because of the disastrous shipping season of 13-14, and it's completely outrageous that we are even here today talking about this again. In closing, we need all parliamentarians from both the House and the Senate to come together and pass Bill C-49 for the sake of the shippers, the processors, the retailers, our economy, our farmers, and all Canadians. Farmers already deal with so many unreliable factors: weather, crop prices, and input costs. Reliable rail service is something we should be able to depend on every year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boxall.